is Brandy Koski with dietsandreview.com, and with me today is Chef Devin Alexander. She's the author behind several Biggest Loser cookbooks, and the one that we're really excited about today is the brand new Biggest Loser dessert cookbook. How are you doing, Devin?
I'm great, thanks.
I am so excited. I got this book in the mail just a couple of days ago, and I've been flipping through it, and I like every single page I flip past, I'm like, I want that, I want that, I want that.
Well, the good news is you can have that, you can have that, you can have that, because I don't know if you got as far as to realize this is truly the first book of its kind, to my knowledge. Not only are the recipes lower fat, lower calorie, like virtually no saturated fat and all of that, but every ingredient is all natural and unprocessed. So not even, like, no white sugars whatsoever, no white flours, and not even evaporated cane juice. Like, it's hardcore fruit sugars and agave and coconut sugar and all sorts of fun things that we dug deep on this one.
I love it. I don't think I knew there was a lot of all natural, but I guess I hadn't realized that it was all 100% all natural, which makes me love it even more.
Yeah, I mean, even beyond all natural, because it's, like even white sugar is considered natural, but it's, this is also unprocessed. So.
Right. No, that's fantastic. And I was, kind of going through earlier and putting our review together, and one of the things I mentioned was that you don't have to feel like you're splurging with these desserts. They really do kind of just complement the overall healthy lifestyle. Can you talk a little bit about how that is?
I don't understand the question exactly.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Like why you don't feel like you're splurging, or?
Well, you are splurging, but it doesn't feel like if you go and get a candy bar, or you go and get cookies from the grocery store, like that feels really, you feel guilty, and it feels like this, off-limit splurge. But with this stuff, these recipes, you can have it, you don't feel guilty. And, so I just want to talk a little bit about how these recipes really do fit into a healthy lifestyle.
Well, absolutely. I really think that a lot of people have cravings. Big surprise. Myself being one of them, and we went so far as, when Biggest Loser came to me and said we want to do a dessert book and it can't have anything posted, it can't have, they gave me the laundry list of what it couldn't have, and I'm like, you want me to do a dessert book with no chocolate syrup and no whipped cream and no, whatever, and then I actually, they were like, oh, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try to create them, and they were like, yeah, revolutionize. So we created a chocolate syrup. That's, again, all natural ingredients. And then we created a fudge sauce, and we created what I call cut the crap whipped topping. And it's literally tons of egg whites with agave nectar that are whipped to this awesome, like, whipped topping-y thing that's great for parfaits, that's great as icing, that we use throughout the book. And we called it cut the crap because, Jillian says that all the time. So we just thought it was a fun little Biggest Loser ode to Jillian. But meanwhile, yeah, I mean, it's like when you're eating ingredients like that, you can have it and not feel guilty at all. But on the flip side, it's not like you feel like you're eating a diet thing. I mean, the orange cupcakes that are really rich in orangey, that are sweetened primarily with orange juice concentrate and then a little bit of honey, have such a nice punch of orange flavor that make them taste like they're actually really fatty and really decadent, and they're not at all. And then they're topped with the cut the crap whipped topping and some orange zest, and the whole cupcake is 125 calories for like a decent sized cupcake, not some runty little, crazy thing. And then we have like strawberry soufflés that are, I think, under 100 calories for this poofed up in a ramekin souffle. So there's a ton of things like that that are just so low in calories that when you're having that craving, it's better to take care of it with these desserts than it is to even ignore it, because that could lead to bad things down the road.
Right, because that craving it doesn't go away, and you end up, face first in a bag of potato chips.
Exactly. Or in my case, fudge cake.
So what can people do with their, I think there's a lot people can learn from this. I love the explanations at the front about the different ingredients that you use throughout the book. So people have recipes that they've made for years, handed down from their mom and their grandma, their family favorite dessert recipes. What can they do with those recipes to, keep the flavor and keep those things that they love, but also make them a little healthier and make them fit into their diets?
There's a lot of playing around. I know I'm probably annoying you, and I annoy a lot of reporters when they're like, what are the straight substitutions? And the truth is there aren't straight substitutions in many cases. We played around with these recipes, and I know you followed my tweets before you knew what I was doing. And it was like, that's for 20. It's still not working, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm pulling my hair out. But, some of the key things we used were coconut sugar, which is a great one-to-one substitution for white sugar in many recipes, with the caveat being it needs to have some sort of strong flavor, such as banana or pumpkin or something like that. Because if you try to use that in a vanilla recipe, because it has a caramely flavor, it's going to make it taste weird and sort of almost caramely, but not really. So it's one of those things, so that works in many cases. And then evaporated skim milk is great because that's all natural. It's just concentrated skim milk. And it's sweeter than skim milk. But again, it doesn't work across the board. And we use gelatin, which is great because it not only, helps your dessert set if you're trying to make, we made a mocha silk custard and an orange panna cotta. It's such a great ingredient, but and it also helps your joints, so that's good for people who are working out. But then it's not something that you can, that'll work in every recipe to make it taste just like the original. So, I think that if people start using the book and start getting accustomed to these other ingredients and how they're used, they can tweak their family favorites. But, for me, I always tell people, concentrate on what it is about that dessert that you really crave. So if it's, the moistness or it's the gooiness or the whatever it is, that's a component that you have to keep, and then you can play with other things around it.
Got it. Well, that's good information, and good to know that there's not just a straight one-to-one thing that you can be doing. Devin, I'm curious, in the Biggest Loser Dessert Cookbook, what's your favorite recipe that you guys dreamed up this summer?
Oh, boy, this is with every book, this is my least favorite question because it's one of those things that, I love these recipes or I wouldn't have put them in a book. To me, if it's not something that I'd go back and eat, it's not worthy of that. One of the things that I'm most proud of is the, quote, new NEW Tella, which is a spin on on another product. It's a hazelnut chocolate sauce. And to me, to write a dessert book without that, because I am such a fan of hazelnut chocolate combo, was just I can't do it. And so I figured out how to make a NEW Tella sauce that is actually, on the kind of good for you side. So that we made calzones with it, and then a pizza with it, a dessert pizza. So I think of the I'm proud of, that's one of them. I made a very trendy chocolate glazed soft pretzel bites that are basically whole wheat pizza dough that's cooked the way you'd cook soft pretzels, boiled in baking soda, and then baked in the oven, so they're these yummy pretzel nuggets by themselves, and then we put the homemade chocolate fudge sauce and a little bit of sea salt on the top.
Ooh, yum.
So that's one that I could have eaten. We had to stop making. We got it right pretty quickly, but we just had to stop making because I could not stay away. So that's one
really
to
funny. Why my family?
With your family.
That's funny. Well, Devin, everything in here looks amazing, and I can't wait to dig in. I might have to start with those pretzel bites. So it's Devin Alexander. The new book is The Biggest Loser Dessert Cookbook, and we're excited to share this with our readers. So congratulations, and happy cooking, I guess.
Thanks so much. And people can find me for more information about it at Chef Devin or devinalexander.com, which is Devin Alexander.
Okay, got it. Thanks so much, Devin. For dietsandraeview.com, this is Brandy Kofsky.